Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this video today, I'm doing a collab video with a Nat from Little Miss Nat here on YouTube and Beth from Little Betsy _79. So what we have done is we have made a challenge between the three of us. So actually it was mostly Nat that came up with the idea, and we just kind of jumped on and we're like, yeah, and we kind of gave our suggestions on it and all of that. So basically this challenge is a palette challenge. So what we're to do is basically try to use up as many palettes in our collection as we can. So the object is to do at least 3 or more looks with a palette. So it can't be two. You cannot count it as a point if you do 2 looks or 1 look. You have to do 3 or more. So what I'm going to be showing you today are palettes that I have already incorporated. Some of these palettes I have done 1 look, 2 looks, and then I'm going to show you the ones that I have already initially done 3 looks and can count it as a point. Now, we also put in here as well that we are putting ourselves on, we have come to all of us in agreement that we are going to be put on a palette no buy and a low buy. So basically, if we were to purchase a palette or make a purchase, a haul or whatever, we are to count that, and basically we would lose a point per haul. So for instance, if I did an Ulta haul and then I did a Too Faced haul, that would be 2 points because I did a haul at Ulta and then I did a haul at Too Faced. But if I just did the Ulta haul, then that would be 1 point. So basically that is the gist of it. We're trying to keep ourselves from purchasing things and also trying to use up what we already have in our collection. I think it was an awesome idea. So glad that she asked me to be a part of it and for the challenge. I'm so glad because it has really made me dive into my palettes, some that I have not touched at all, which I will tell you about as well. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. As always, when I do collabs, the ladies' information will be listed down below. I'm going to quickly show you the palettes that I have already done 3 or more looks with. So far I have, let's see, I have it all written down here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've done I've used 4 palettes with 3 or more looks. So I feel like I'm missing some, but just to be fair, because I don't remember, I'm not going to count something I don't remember. So I have done 3 looks with the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. What it looks like right there. And this is what the palette looks like. Very, very pretty. So yes, I've already done 3 looks with this palette. I want to say that with those 3 looks, I have pretty much used every shade except, I'm trying to see where I did not dip a brush in. I think I have used every shade except this one right here. And I may have used this as well. I just don't recall. But I pretty much used every shade with the 3 looks that I did. The next palette is the Too Faced Natural Matte. This is in the tin can packaging. This is an all-time favorite. I got this sometime back at, I want to say like a year or 2 ago at TJ Maxx for like, what, maybe $10.99 or something. And it's just an all matte palette. That is what that one looks like. And I did use pretty much every shade in this one. I did use like this deeper one here for liner and lower lash line. And so yeah, that's a really nice palette. I also have it in the new packaging. I got it in a BoxyCharm, so I'm not ready to part with this one because it's just compact and convenient to take with me places. But I may pass it along just because I did get the new packaging. Next palette is She's Got Solstice, I believe is how you say it, ColourPop. This, let me just tell you guys that I had only used this one time before this. Like initially, you could see that every shade has been touched. So initially to this challenge, I had only used this once. But I have dipped into every shade in those 3 looks that I have done. And this is one of my absolute favorite palettes. I never realized how much I would love this palette, but it's absolutely beautiful. The pigmentation, the colors, the variety, so, so beautiful. I absolutely love this palette. So there's that one there. Palette was the Smashbox. This is the LA Cover Shot. It's a very pretty packaging. Now I had got this in a boxy charm. I can't remember. I believe it was a premium right there. And I had not ever touched this until this challenge. So it was really nice. It came with the liner pencil. And I do believe that I used every one of these shades in here. I'm trying to think, but and that's my goal, is when I do this challenge as well, my goal is to try to hit every shade. So in those 3 looks that I do, and if I have to go into another one, 4th, just to use up all the shades, that is my goal and what I want to accomplish. Now that wasn't part of our challenge, but that's just my challenge, to make sure that every shade is being touched. So yeah, again, that is what that one looks like. It's a beautiful palette, and I was able to create 3 different looks with that one. So I used 4 palettes and did the complete challenge, the 3 looks per palette. So those were the ones I did. I thought I did more, but like I said, I don't remember. So I'm a little behind on that. So we have 4 that have been done. And then I'm going to go into the palettes that I have done 2 looks so far with. So the first one is the Zoeva Aristo palette, and it looks like that. This is a beautiful palette as well. I had never touched it until this challenge, and that's the awesome thing about the challenge, is that I'm touching palettes that I never touched before, and I'm finding out that they're becoming some of my favorites by just using them in those few times. It's just a beautiful palette. It's an array of mattes and shimmers. Absolutely beautiful. The pigmentation is nice. Work needed. Like, I'm not struggling to make it look good or anything like that. So I have one more time to use this palette, and then I can count it in the overall scoring. So that's going back in my palette drawer to be used. That's all the palettes I've used twice, and I have to use one more time. So the rest of these palettes are palettes that I have used once and have to use 2 more times to get them counted. So the first one is the e.l.f. Bite Size Shadow Rose Water. This is in Rose Water. And that is what it looks like. It's very pretty. It has 2 shimmers, 1 matte, and then kind of like a dark sparkly. This is a really nice palette. I love this palette. I think that e.l.f. really did a great job. I wish I had purchased all the colors, but I did not, which I do regret. But they are absolutely beautiful. The pigmentation is beautiful. You do have fallout, but it's nothing that is excessive or bad or that I'm not used to or bothers me. So yeah, that's a really nice one. Okay, the next palette that I've only done, so like I said, I don't have to keep repeating, these last palettes are ones that I've only done 1 look and need 2 more to count them. So the next one is the Makeup Revolution Birds of Paradise palette. I recently did a collab video with Nat and then Faye Blatcher here on YouTube using this palette, and we were all given a row to use. And I believe the first row, this one was given to Faye. I had this one, and then Nat had the last one. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it up in the cards up here if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out. Very unique looks that we all did. And definitely check out the ladies as well, their looks. I will leave their channels linked down below, and I'll leave my video here up in the cards. Okay, so this is a very fun, colorful palette. Definitely a summer palette. I do enjoy this palette. There's so many different looks you can do, and so this is another one that I have done. I need to do 2 more looks with. Palette is the Fenty. This is the Snap Shadow in Pastel Frost. And I also did a video using this and the next palette I'm going to talk about. In that video, I did use every shade in this palette, and I do think that they're really nice. They're all shimmers, which is kind of a bummer, so it's not a standalone palette, but it's very, very pretty, so that I need to use some more. Okay, and then again, this is the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I need to use this one a couple more times as well. I did use this in a look recently with the Faithful Fab 9. We did our collab doing makeup by a Black-owned brand. So that is what that one looks like. I still need to dive in this a little more. I have only used it twice in all the times that I've owned this. Once recently and then once in the past. So definitely need to dive into this some more. Okay, and then we have the Subculture palette. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is what I used to create this look today that I'm wearing. And because this look is for another video as well. But this is what the palette looks like. It's a very nice palette. I definitely feel like you could use this palette in fall, summer, and winter. I think like it's an overall palette. You have some bright colors, some deep colors. There is a ton of fallout with this palette. I wouldn't say the formulation is the same as her other palettes, but I would say that it's not horrible as well. Palette is the Glamlite Pizza Slice. I recently did a collab video with Beth here using our Glamlite palettes. If you haven't seen that, I will also link that in the cards, and I will link Beth's video down below as well if you haven't checked those out. It was a very fun video. We are trying to just share our favorite indie brands with you guys and share with you eye looks that we do with those palettes. So that is what that looks like. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. Very similar to, I would say some of the shades are similar to the Subculture palette. I'm definitely going to be using, this is the Veggie Lovers. I'm going to be using the Meat Lovers as well. Doing a few looks with that one. But yeah, in that video, we're just kind of making mention of all the indie brands that we love and think that are worth checking out. So I will leave that information all linked down below for you guys. Okay, so far I'm at 4 points for this check-in or this update. I should be at more points here soon because I'm going to be finishing up a couple more palettes. So I should be getting 8 more points once I get these other looks used with the palettes I just showed you. Okay, so as I was saying, I did recently make a Too Faced and a Pure Cosmetics haul, and they were on different days. So because of that, I have to minus 2 points out of my total. So as of right now, I'm at 4 points with the palettes that I use. I'm just writing it down. But I did 2 hauls. Like I said, I did a Too Faced haul, and I did a Pure Cosmetics mystery box haul. So that takes 1 point. So I'm now at 2 points at the moment for this update. And like I said, I should have, unless I do any more hauls, which I'm not planning on, I should have 8 points to add to this, and then I'll be at 10 points. We are doing this challenge for 3 months. So over at the end of the challenge, we will see who has used the most palettes. This is just my update of the palette challenge that we are currently doing. Again, I will leave all of their information down in the comments, down in the description below. Definitely check out their channels. Also see what palettes they use. I can't wait to see which ones they've used and see how they're doing on the challenge. If they're ahead of me, if we're kind of neck and neck. And yeah, so it's a fun video. Definitely check them out. So much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you are not subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications just so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And real quick, I forgot to mention that we will be doing this update at the end of the month for the next 3 months. So today we're doing this one, and then we will do another one for August and another one for October, and then we will come and have like a finale video, I believe, where we say kind of how many palettes we use total and all of that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed this challenge series that we're doing. Stay tuned to see the remaining palettes that we use. See you guys in my next video. Bye guys.